Perhaps the most valuable aspect of the Z-Factor Perfect Putting Machine is its ability to adjust to different users and different styles of putting, from arcing strokes to a square-to-square stroke.
The orientation of the guide rails on the Z-Factor dictate the path of your putter. In this setting, the guide rails are parallel to each other and vertical to the ground. This creates a straight back and straight through stroke, in other words, a square-to-square stroke. By installing spacers on the stance side, this inclines the rails or the swing plane, which causes the putter to start traveling more inside to inside, in other words, an arcing path. The larger the spacer on the stance side, the larger the arc that will be created. In this setting, there is no spacer on the stance side, and therefore there is no arc. This is the square-to-square setting. When the red spacer is on the stance side, the rails or swing plane is inclined, which creates the largest arc available on the Z-Factor. Now, let's look at how two spacers are used to create two different strokes. In this setting, the large white spacer is installed on the stance side and the small white spacer installed on the logo side, and a fairly large arc is created. By switching those spacers, the path is changed to one that is almost square-to-square. Refer to your owner's manual for a summary and explanation of all the available swing planes. The two sets of rails included with the Z-Factor Perfect Putting Machine dictate how high the putter travels during the stroke, or what we call the pendulum swing. The green rails will keep the putter lower during the stroke, while the black rails will take the putter higher during the stroke. Both sets of rails can be used with every path setting to change the pendulum swing. The pendulum swing is also changed each time you adjust the plane of your stroke using the path spacers. In this view, the Z-Factor is in the square-to-square setting. As I move the red spacer to the stance side, a very large arc based on a flatter swing plane is created. You can see how I have to lower the rails to retain the same carriage height at impact. In this setting, the pendulum swing is very symmetrical. However, the rails can also be set to a low to high stroke or even a high to low stroke to better fit your putting style or feel. The goal is to always ensure that the carriage is at a realistic height at impact while not striking or brushing the ground during the stroke.
People ask me all the time, which putting stroke is right for me or what settings should I use on the Z-Factor? I truly feel the answer to that question is use the one that feels the best to you and that you can repeat on the golf course. I encourage you to try all the strokes on the Z-Factor, find your stroke, and practice it consistently.